7-11. Lu 19. 28-38. Jo 12. 12-15 Nisa 28. 16. 53. 3. PS 69. 8. 118. 22, 23 rejected but becomes chief cornerstone Mount 21. 42, 45, 46. Act 3. 14. 4. 11. 1 PE 2. 7 is 8. 14, 15 becomes stone of stumbling Lu 20. 17, 18. Row 9. 31-33 PS 41. 9. 109. 8 1 Apostle unfaithful, betrays him Mount 26. 47-50. Jo 13. 18, 26-30. Act 1. 16-20 Zek 11. 12 betrayed for 30 pieces of silver Mount 26. 15. 27. 3-10. Mr. 14. 10, 11 Zek 13. 7 disciples scatter Mount 26. 31, 56. Jo 16. 32 PS 2. 1, 2 Roman powers and leaders of Israel act together against anointed of Jehovah Mount 27. 1, 2. Mr. 15. 1, 15. Lu 23. 10-12. Act 4. 25-28 Isla 53. 8 tried and condemned Mount 26. 57-68. 27. 1, 2, 11-26. Jo 18. 12-14, 19-24, 28-40. 19. 1-16 PS 27. 12 Use of false witnesses Mount 26. 59-61. Mr. 14. 56-59 Issa 53. 7 Silent before accusers Mount 27. 12-14. Mr. 14. 61. 15. 4, 5. Lu 23. 9 PS 69. 4 Hated without cause Lu 23. 13-25. Jo 15. 24, 25 Issa 50. 6. Mick 5. 1 Struck, spit on Mount 26. 67. 27. 26, 30. Jo 19. 3 PS 22. 16. FTN impaled Mount 27. 35. Mr. 15. 24, 25. Lu 23. 33. Jo 19. 18, 23. 20. 25, 27 PS 22. 18 Lots cast for garments Mount 27. 35. Jo 19. 23, 24 Isla 53. 12 Numbered with sinners Mount 26. 55, 56. 27. 38. Lu 22. 37 PS 22. 7, 8 Reviled while on stake Mount 27. 39-43. Mr. 15. 29-32 PS 69. 21 Given vinegar and gall Mount 27. 34, 48. Mr. 15. 23, 36 PS 22. 1 Forsaken by God to enemies Mount 27. 46. Mr. 15. 34 PS 34. 20. X 12. 46 No Bones Broken Jo 19. 33, 36 Isla 53. 5. Zek 12. 10 Pierced Mount 27. 49. Jo 19. 34, 37. Re 1. 7 Isla 53. 5, 8, 11, 12 dies sacrificial death to carry away sins and open way to righteous standing with God. Mount 20. 28. Joe 1. 29. Row 3. 24. 4. 25. 1 Co 15. 3. Hob 9. 12-15. 1 PE 2. 24. 1 Joe 2. 2 Isla 53. 9 Buried with the Rich. Mount 27. 57-60. Joe 19. 38-42 John 1. 17. 2. 10 In grave parts of 3 days, then resurrected. Mount 12. 39, 40. 16. 21. 17. 23. 27. 64. 28. 1-7. Act 10. 40. 1 Co 15. 3-8 PS 16. 8-11, FTN raised before corruption. Act 2. 25-31. 13. 34-37 PS 2. 7 Jehovah declares him his son by spirit begetting and by resurrection. Mount 3. 16, 17. Mr. 1. 9-11. Lu 3. 21, 22. Act 13. 33. Row 1. 4. Head 1. 5. 5. 5. Messiah 388 Woman by the well also thought the Messiah would be a prophet. Joe 4. 19, 25, 29 People expected the Messiah to perform signs. Joe 7. 31. Some variety in beliefs. It is evident that even though knowledge about the coming Messiah was common among the Jews, not all persons had the same knowledge or understanding about that one. For instance, though many knew that he would come from Bethlehem, some did not. Mount 2. 3-6. Joe 7. 27 Some believed the prophet to be separate from the Christ. Joe 1. 20, 21. 7. 40, 41 Certain prophecies about the Messiah were not understood, even by Jesus' disciples. It was particularly true about those prophecies dealing with the Messiah's rejection, suffering, death, and resurrection. Isla 53. 3, 5, 12. PS 16. 10. Mount 16. 21-23. 17. 22, 23. Lu 24. 21. Joe 12. 34. 20. 9 Yet once these things had taken place and the prophecies had been explained, his disciples and even ones who were not yet disciples began to appreciate the prophetic nature of these texts in the Hebrew Scriptures. Lu 24. 45, 46. Act 2. 5, 27, 28, 31, 36, 37. 8. 30-35 Since the fact that the Messiah had to suffer and die was not recognized by most Jews, this point was stressed by early Christians when preaching to Jews. Act 3. 18. 17. 1-3. 26. 21-23. Wrong expectations. Luke's account indicates that many Jews were anxiously expecting the Messiah to appear at the particular time Jesus was on earth. Simeon and other Jews were waiting for Israel's consolation and Jerusalem's deliverance when the babe Jesus was brought to the temple. Luke 2. 25, 38 During the ministry of John the Baptizer, the people were in expectation about the Christ, or Messiah. Luke 3. 15 Many, though, expected the Messiah to meet their preconceived notions. The prophecies in the Hebrew Scriptures showed the Messiah as coming in 2 different roles. One was humble, and riding upon an ass, whereas the other was with the clouds of the heavens to annihilate opposers and have all rulerships serve him. Zech 9. 9. Jar 7. 13 The Jews failed to appreciate the fact that these prophecies related to 2 distinct appearances of the Messiah, these appearances occurring at widely separated times. Jewish sources agree with Luke 2:38 that the people at that time were waiting for Jerusalem's deliverance. The Jewish Encyclopedia observes, they yearned for the promised deliverer of the house of David, who would free them from the yoke of the hated foreign usurper, would put an end to the impious Roman rule, and would establish his own reign of peace. 1976, Volume 8, p. 508. They tried to make him an earthly king. Joe 6:15. When he would not fulfill their expectations, they rejected him. Evidently the expectation that the Messiah would be an earthly king was shared by John the Baptist and his disciples. John knew Jesus to be the Messiah and the Son of God, having seen him anointed with Holy Spirit, and having heard God's voice of approval. John did not lack faith. Mount 11:11. So his question, are we to expect a different one? May have meant, are we to expect yet another one who will fulfill all the hopes of the Jews? Christ in reply pointed to the works he was doing, which things had been foretold in the Hebrew Scriptures. He concluded, and happy is he who has not stumbled over me. This answer, while implying that faith and discernment would be needed, would satisfy and comfort John, assuring him that Jesus was the one who would fulfill God's promises. Mount 11:3. Luke 7:18-23. Also, prior to his ascension, Jesus' disciples held the view that he would at that time deliver Israel from Gentile domination and set up the kingdom, restore the reign of the Davidic line on earth. Luke 24:21. Act 1:6. False messiahs. After Jesus' death, the Jews followed many false messiahs, as Jesus had foretold. Mount 24:5. From Josephus it appears that in the 1st century before the destruction of the temple in 70 CE, text acute Miritra Longo, Medusha 389 lists 28 false messiahs.